What is going on YouTube? Mr. Josh for the win, bringing you my first of many One Piece reviews. I'd like to say right away that this is going to be a weekly series that'll come out either the day of or after an episode of One Piece. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if this video hits 10 likes, I'll make sure to continue the series. Anyway, let's get right into it. So after last week's disaster of a returning episode, One Piece had some big shoes to refill, and they did it, I'll give them that, they did it. This episode was packed with new information and even a new character, and continuing from last episode, Luffy and Hyogoro are continuing their attempt to climb out Udon Prison. However, their attempt is quickly trampled on by the Warden and his men after the newest character, Queen, from the last episode. Queen is the giant fat guy, the rock star guy. He orders his men to attack Luffy, and they're quickly knocked off of the giant wall, and they're trying to climb out of Udon. And pretty much every single soldier inside of the prison decides to attack Luffy, and then this is the perfect opportunity. They've fallen off the wall, they're still in their chains, we've got numbers, and we got Queen. Let's attack them. And Luffy is pretty much bodying these guys. These guys have literally they don't compare to Luffy until the Warden and the Vice Warden they pull up and immobilize Luffy and Hyogoro and pretty much brought before Queen. The episode then cuts to, sorry for my pronunciation, Isiu Town, or Ibisu Town, home of the hungriest people in Wano. Literally, these guys are the hungriest people I've ever seen, okay? But yet they still smile, which is pretty cool. Inside of the city, you have Frankie, Usopp, and Trafalgar Law, who come to look for Zoro pretty much so they can continue their plan. Of course, as we know from a recent episode, Zoro already, he was already planning on leaving the town, which I'm guessing he already did since Zoro's not in the scene. We never really got the reason. However, in this episode, we actually get the reason, and it's because he lost his swords, or rather, his swords have been stolen. I don't quite think it's a good idea to let the man who has trouble with his lefts and rights look for stolen goods, but I mean, hey, you can't be a swordsman without swords, I guess. Anyways, it's good to see all the other members in Wano at least, be a decent part of the story. We're still missing Sanji, who gets a little, he gets a little, joke in there because of his suit, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Another cut is eventually made, this time bringing us to a bathhouse in the flower capital where Robin, Nami, and Shinobu are relaxing. This is a mixed bathhouse, so the relaxation doesn't last too long. However, Shinobu quickly, and I mean promptly, instantly, crushes all of the perverts' nuts. It's, oh boy. In a separate room in the bathhouse, Robin overhears two men talking about a Yakuza who coincidentally has the same name as the old man in the prison, Hyogoro the Flower. The man is said to be a great fighter for the people 20 years ago, around the same time as Oden. However, he was said to be killed by the Orochi when he refused to join him. However, we all know that he's still alive, though looking at his condition in Udon, he might not be as strong as he used to be. Back at the prison, Luffy and Hyogoro sit, they literally sit right in front of this massive man in chains inside of the middle of the prison. Odds really seem stacked against them, and to the point where Raizo, the ninja, doesn't even go to help. He's like, you know what, I might sit this one out and just wait for the perfect opportunity to come to help them. And out of nowhere, he hears a voice talking to him, and this voice is none other than the new ninja who is said to, be a part of the Oden, plan for retribution. His name is Kawamatsu. And this completely changes Raizo's opinion on the situation. I think Raizo kind of understands that Luffy's kind of got this situation, so for now at least, and decides that he wants to help Kawamatsu get out of the prison first. Of course, in the end, Raizo wants to help both Luffy and Kawamatsu, but Kawamatsu might be in a worse situation, to be honest. So back with Luffy. Queen orders his men to set up a grand sumo-esque ring for Luffy and Hyogoro to fight in, pretty much to the death. In order to make things even more interesting, Queen takes off Hyogoro and Luffy's chains, and instead places a different chain, this time around their necks, and it pretty much makes it so that Luffy and Hyogoro don't leave the ring, at all. This would, instantly kill them, because inside of the little, necklace, or whatever you want to call them, you know, the little chains on their neck, there's these, you know, red blades where if you leave the ring, it kind of sends a signal to the chains, and it instantly, you know, will chop off your head. And, you know, to much surprise, Luffy doesn't give a fuck. Luffy's like,
okay.
And Luffy does not care about, you know, the chains on his neck, and actually, he requests to fight Queen himself. Some pros for this episode that I gotta name are the transitions between the different parts of the episode. For example, Usopp mentioning that Sanji has his invisibility, which transitions to the bathhouse where Robin, you know, she hears about Hyogoro, which transitions to Udon Prison. I feel like those transitions really, you know, sync really well with the narrative of the story. Something else that I consider a pro is that Hyogoro is being revealed as a big-time Yakuza, which could extremely help Luffy in his current training arc in the prison, which leads up to the big fight with Kaido. I'm pretty sure that if Hyogoro survives Udon Prison, he'll be able to teach Luffy all types of things about Haki, and even strength without Haki or his Devil Fruit. Also, we learned about another ninja who can join Oden's plan, and of course, we got fan service. The only con I can really say about this episode is that Sanji and Zoro didn't really get, you know, much screen time. They only got like a cameo in this episode, but I'm pretty sure that just means they're getting some big time moments really soon. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is my video for today. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.